Christmas is right around the corner, and for many of us, we're probably setting up some decorations. And for those of you who are going to put decorations on the exterior of your house, I wanted to share a few tips and tricks that I often use. Number one, test your lights first. There's nothing worse than hanging your lights and then plugging them in and they don't work, and you're chasing down why they don't work, or you have to take them down and put them back up. Another little tip that I like is to bring your lights inside before you go out and test them, and while they're inside, let them sit and get to a good room temperature. Working with cold light strands that are all wound up is difficult at times to get them spread out or stretched out across your roof line. So if you store your Christmas lights in an attic or a cold space that's already chilled, it may not hurt to bring them inside and bring them out and run them one strand at a time. Don't wrap lights around your neck, around your body. If you're going to be using ladders, this could be a choke hazard. If you did have a fall or a slip, this could be harmful. So be careful where you're using the lights, how you're hanging them, and how you're holding on to them. Keep your hands free as much as possible. So if you're using clips or anything to fasten the light, pouch, some sort of pocket to keep those in as you go, to where you're not having to hold a bag full of clips as you navigate your roof line, your ladder, whatever it may be. So there's a few basic tips on the ground. Let's get up and start working. We're going to talk about two different ladders and the safety for each one today, but let's go ahead and get up on this A-frame ladder and get started. All right, when it comes to an A-frame ladder, always check the footing. Make sure it's square, that one foot isn't wobbly or uneven, and that the surface that you have the ladder on isn't soft and gonna fluctuate or move once you get up top. When you are up top, it's very important that you maintain 3 points of contact as much as possible for your own safety. So as I'm installing these clips on this roof line, I am very delicately getting them between the layers of the shingles without causing any harm to my roof system. You may or may not know this about me, but I am very adamant about a nice roof system, so I don't want to do harm to my system by putting clips on. Sometimes people will put fasteners on the fascia or the face side or staples. It's your home, it's up to you what you do. I just encourage you to be as least intrusive as possible and don't cause damage to your existing system. When you go to install your lights, again, if you've tested them first and you're running them along the way, you could run them hot, which means they're plugged in, or you may run them unplugged once you've tested and confirmed. I personally have done it both ways. The advantage to running them while they are plugged in is you know for sure as you're fastening them to your roof line or wherever you're installing them that they are staying lit and still functional as you go. If you can't keep them plugged in, it's still perfectly fine. Or if you're using a staple gun or anything that's going to shoot over the wire, I encourage you to unplug them in case you clip the wire and it sparks. All right, we're going to get these hung and then we're going to switch ladders and show you a few ladder safety tips from the other ladder. When it comes to an extension ladder or a straight ladder, the general rule of thumb is that you want the distance the ladder is away from the home to be 1/4 the distance of the height. The general rule of thumb, probably heard me say it before, is if your toes are at the bottom of the ladder and you reach straight out, it's probably between your wrist and fingertips roughly. You don't want it too pitched inward to the house, and you don't want it slipped so straight up and down that it's going to fall away when you go to climb up. Again, you want to maintain 3 points of contact, so as I go up, I want to utilize the rungs, not the side of the ladder as I go through this. And when you get up top and you're working in this area, it's important that your ladder is against a sound surface, that you're not going to do damage to your house or your roof line, and that you move the ladder as much as you need to. You don't want to reach or lean on either style of ladder at risk of them tipping, and you don't want to get so tight in this that you're leaning back to try and work above you, as you'll be risk of fall away or potentially the ladder pulling away from the house. So be cautious as you utilize ladders this Christmas season. When you're installing your lights, the number one thing is to be safe, and then you get to enjoy the beauty of it when it's all said and done. We're gonna get these lights on, and I encourage you to check out the final footage of this house once all the lights are on. All right, to recap, safety is the most important thing that you pay attention to when it comes to hanging lights. Check your lights first. It never hurts to have your strands of light come out from room temperature if you're going to be hanging them in the cold, just so they flex and move and stretch out and straighten a lot easier. If you have questions about your roof system that you spot when you are hanging your Christmas lights, we'd love to offer you a complimentary inspection. To set that up, give us a call, text, or visit our website.